You have $20 to spend on taxi fare. The ride costs $5 plus $2.5 per kilometer. Write an inequality to determine the distance in kilometers d you can ride for $20. Okay, so the initial ride costs $5 plus 2.5 per kilometers, and we don't know the number of kilometers we ride, so 2.5 times d. When we combine the initial fare plus 2.5 per kilometer, it has to be less than or equal to 20. Okay, so that is the inequality, 5 plus. Okay. What is the maximum distance in kilometers you can ride for $20? Okay, so we need to simplify this inequality. So first, we will get rid of the 5. So we will subtract 5 from both sides. So we have 2.5 d is less than or equal to 20 minus 5, which means that 2.5 d is less than or equal to 15. And now to isolate the d, so we know the number of kilometers, the maximum distance in kilometers you can ride for $20. Has to be less than or equal to 15 divided by 2.5, because we are dividing both sides of the inequality by 2.5. Okay, so 15 divided by 2.5 is like 150 divided by 25. So 150 divided by 25. 25 goes into 100 4 times, and 2 more times, so it's 6. 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. So D has to be less than or equal to 6. Okay. So this is 6 kilometers. Okay. So the inequality is 5 plus 2.5d has to be less than or equal to 20. Right? 5 plus 2.5d is less than or equal to 20. And the maximum distance in kilometers is 6. Good. Combine like terms to create an equivalent expression. Enter any coefficients as simplified proper or improper fractions or integers. Okay, so the expression is minus 2/3 a plus 5 6/6 a minus 1/6. Okay, so to combine these two coefficients, the first two coefficients, which are multiplied by a, we need to find the common denominator. Okay, so the first fraction will become something over 6. To go from 3 to 6, we multiply by 2, so this is 4/6 a, so minus 4/6 a plus 5/6 a minus 1/6. And minus 4 plus 5 is positive 1/6. Minus 4 is negative, plus 5 is positive. The result is the difference. 5 minus 4 is 1, and the result is positive because 5 is greater than 4. So this becomes 1/6 a minus 1/6. Choose the inequality that represents the following graph. Okay, so we see that the circle is solid, so that means that 1 is included in the solution set, and all the numbers are less than 1, so x is either less than 1 or equal to 1. Okay, so B is the correct answer. Taylor tried to solve an equation step by step. Okay, so the first step, he should have applied this distributive property and multiply 7 times y with 7y and 7 times 4.5. 7 times, it's like 45 times 7. Times 7 is 35, 7 times 4 is 28, plus 3 is 31, and we have one digit to the left, so 7 times 4.5 should have been 31.5. So step 1 is incorrect because it didn't multiply 7 times 4.5. Okay, so step 1. He made a mistake. Simplify to create an equivalent expression. Okay, so the expression is 1 plus 4 times 6p minus 9, which is 1 plus, we apply the distributive property, so 4 times 6p is 24p minus 4 times minus 9 is minus 36. Okay, and we can combine the 1 and the 36. So 1 plus 36 becomes minus 35, so it's 24p minus, okay, let's take it one step at a time. Let's reorder the terms. So it's 1 minus 36 plus 20. So 1 minus 46 is minus 35. Yeah, so it's this one. 24p minus 35. A display has 6 packs of marbles with a total mass of 629 grams. The packaging of each pack has a mass of 2/3 gram, and each marble has a mass of 4.5 grams. Which equation can we use to determine M, the number of marbles per pack? Okay, so the total 6 packs. Okay. The display has 6 packs of marbles with a total of 629 grams. Okay. So 6 times 6 times what? Okay, so the packaging of each pack has a mass of 2/3 of a gram. Plus 4.5 grams times M, which is the number of marbles. Okay, so within the parentheses, that's the mass of each pack, and we have 6 packs. Okay, so 2/3 of a gram, this is the packaging. 4.5 is the mass of each marble, and M is the unknown number of marbles. Okay, so 4.5 times m is the mass of the marbles in the pack. 2/3 of a gram is the mass of the packaging, and we have 6 packs. Okay, so 6 times 2/3 is 12/3. We apply the distributive property, the two terms in the parentheses, and 6 times 4.5 4.5 in proper fraction. 2 times 4 is 8, so it's 9/2. 6 times 9/2 is 6 times 9 is 54. 54 divided by 2. Or 40 divided by 2 is 20. 14, 27, right? 27, 14, 54, yeah. So 12/3 divided by 12/3 times 27m has to be equal to 629 grams. Which is 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 4 times 27m has to be 629. So this is the equation. Okay, so we have here the equation 6 times 4.5m plus 2/3 equals, okay, so D is the correct answer. Here it's not correct because the 2/3 is not multiplied by 6, and 2/3 has to be multiplied by 6 because 2/3 is a mass of each packaging. Okay. Here the coefficient 6 is multiplied by m, the number of marbles. The m, the number of marbles, has to be multiplied by the mass of each marble. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Okay, solve for y. -3 equals 7 times y minus 9/7. Okay, so -3 equals 7 times y. We applied the distributive property. So 7 times y is 7y. And 7 times 9 is 63 divided by 7. Which is 9. No. minus 7 times 9 over 7, so this cancels out, so this is 9, so minus 3 equals 7y minus 9. Okay, so now we get rid of the minus 9 on the right hand side of the equation, so we add plus 9 to both sides, so minus 3 plus 9 equals 7y. So minus 3 plus 9, one is negative, the other is positive, so the result is the difference between the two. The difference between the two is 6, and the result is positive because 9 is greater than 3, so 6 equals 7y. And now to isolate the y, we need to divide both sides of the equation by 7. So 6 divided by 7 equals y. Okay, so y equals 6 sevenths. Let's make sure that I didn't do any mistake. Minus 3 equals 7 times y minus 9 sevenths. So minus 3 equals 7y minus 9. I will add 9. Okay, so 6 equals 7y, we divide by 7. So, yeah. So y equals 6 sevenths. Which expressions are equivalent to minus 6 plus 4q plus minus 6q? Okay. Okay, so let's rewrite this, minus 6 plus 4q plus minus 6q. So we combine these two terms, the plus 4q and the minus 6q. Okay, so this is positive, this is negative, we add a negative to a positive. So the result is the difference. 6 minus 4 is 2, and the result is negative because minus 6 is greater than 4. 6 is greater than 4. So we have minus 6 plus minus 6 minus 2q. Okay, and we can rewrite this by factoring out the 2. Yeah. If we factor out 2, so we are left with minus q minus 3. 2 times minus q is minus 2q, and 2 times minus 3 is minus 6. Okay, so this is equivalent, and this is equivalent. Okay, let's see. This minus 6 times q minus 6, this is minus 6q, minus 6 times 1 is minus 6. This is minus 4q. So 6 times 4 is 2q minus 6. Okay, so this is incorrect. And here, when we multiply 2 times q is 2q, 2 times minus 3 is minus 6. So both are not equivalent. Okay, because in the original expression, in this expression, we have minus 2q minus 6. And in both a and b, we get 2q minus 6. We don't get minus 2. Minus 2q. Okay. So now we get that. Which graph represents the solution set of this inequality? Okay. So let's first solve the inequality. Okay, so minus 2x plus 7 has to be less than, has to be less than 23. So the first thing to do is to get rid of the plus 7, because we aim to isolate the x. So we get rid of the 7 by subtracting 7 from both sides of the inequality. So it's minus 2x. The plus 7 and minus 7 cancel out each other, so we are left with minus 2x on the left hand side. It has to be less than 23 minus 7, which means that minus 2x has to be less than 16. And now to isolate the x, we need to divide both sides of the inequality by minus 2. And since we are dividing by a negative number, we have to flip the inequality sign. So x has to be greater than 16 divided by minus 2 is minus 8. So all the numbers in the solution set has to be greater than minus 8, not including minus 8. Okay. Okay, so here option D shows us that all the number on the graph to the right of minus 8 represents the x, possible values of x, not including 8 because the circle is hollow, so D is the correct option. So X has to be greater than minus 8. Okay. At the beginning of the season, McDonald had to remove 5 orange trees from his farm. Each of the remaining trees, okay, so the initial number of trees is unknown. And McDonald had to remove 5 trees, so T minus 5. Each of the remaining trees produce 210 oranges, so T minus 5 represents the number of trees, the number of remaining trees, because we have started with T, an unknown initial number of trees, we subtracted 5, so T minus 5 is the number of remaining trees. Multiply this by 210, which is the number of oranges per tree. Each of the remaining trees produce 210 oranges. So this is the number of remaining trees, T minus 5, times 210 oranges per tree, for a total harvest of, this equals 41,790 oranges. Okay. Write an equation to determine the initial number of oranges T on McDonald's farm. Okay, so this is the equation. 210 times T minus 5 equals 41,790 oranges. 210 Okay, find the initial number of orange trees on McDonald's farm. Okay, so we need to solve for T. So 210 times T, we apply the distributive property to both terms in the parentheses, so 210T minus 210 times 5 is 1,050, right? Times 2 is 10. Yeah. So minus 1,000 problems with it. Okay. This has to be equal 41,790. Okay, so we add 1,050 to both sides of the equation because we want to isolate the T, so we are left with 210T equals 41,790 210t equals 41,719 plus 1,050. This is 14, 8, 2, 4, 0, 14, 8, 4, 42,840. Now, to isolate the t, we need to divide both sides of the equation by 210. So t equals 42,840 divided by 210. So let's use the computer. The calculator. So 42,840 divided by 210 equals 204. Now let's try to use long division. 210 goes into 428 two times. 2 times 210 is 420. Subtract, we are left with 8. 2010 doesn't go into 8, it doesn't go into 84, so it's 0. And bring down this 0. 2010 goes into 840 4 times. 4 times 200 is 800, and 4 times 10 is 40. So it's exactly 4 times. Now we make 2. T equals 204. Wow. 210 times t minus 5 equals 41,790. 210 times t minus 5 equals 41,790. Okay. Good. Which of the R values satisfy the following inequality? Okay, so let's try the first value. Okay, so inequalities are divided by 3 plus 5 has to be less than or equal to 8. So instead of R, let's try 9. So 9 divided by 3 plus 5 has to be less than or equal to 8. So this 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 plus 5 has to be less than or equal to 8. Okay. So 8 has to be less than or equal to 8. Okay, so it's good. So A is good. Three plus 5 is less than or equal to 8. Okay, so 8, 3 plus 5 is 8. Okay, so A is good. Or 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 plus 5 cannot be less than or equal to 8. It's not, because 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 4 plus 5 is 9. So 9 is not less than or equal to 8. It's greater than 8. So this is incorrect. Okay. 15. Okay, we are getting bigger values for R, so it's definitely not going to satisfy the inequality. So 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 cannot be less than or equal to 8. So only 8 satisfies the inequality. The garden club earned $15 per hour by weeding neighborhood gardens for tea hours. Okay, so the garden club earned $15 times T, the unknown number of hours that they have worked weeding. A generous donor has agreed to double their earnings. Okay, so these are their earnings. We need to multiply it times 2. 2 times 15t. Which is t. Two times 15t which is 30t. Edgar ran e-meters per second. Okay, and Matthew ran m meters per second. The boys ran for t seconds. Okay, the expression t times m minus e describes how many more meters Matthew ran than Edgar ran during that time. M represents the number of meters per second that Matthew ran minus the number of meters E that Edgar ran. So M minus E is the difference in meters between Matthew and Edgar, times T is the time in seconds. Okay, so when we multiply the unknown number of seconds by the difference, we get the total number of meters that Matthew ran more than Edgar. Okay. We can also use the expression Tm minus Te to represent the same quantity. T minus m, because we apply the distributive property. Okay, T times m. Tm is the number of meters that Matthew ran. Okay, because T, number of seconds, times m, the number of meters that Matthew ran, minus T, the number of seconds, times E, the number of meters that Edgar ran. Okay. Match each amount in the situation with the expression that represents it. So the expression Tm is the total number of meters that Matthew ran. Okay. So this is Tm. Te is the total number of meters that Edgar ran. How many more meters Matthew ran than Edgar ran per second? Per 1 second. Okay, so this is m minus e. Okay, number of seconds the boys ran is t. Okay. So the total number of meters that Edgar ran is Te. The total number of meters that Matthew ran is t times m. How many more meters Matthew ran than Edgar per second is m minus e. Okay. And the number of seconds the boys run is t. Okay. Good. Okay. So we have completed, I have completed the unit test. Okay. So 100% for the unit test, and this unit is expressions, equations, and inequalities. Okay, what's next? Let's see. Okay, so in the next video, I'm going to take the mastery challenge before I move on to the next unit. The next unit is geometry, and we are going to learn about the area and circumference of circles, and vertical, complementary, and supplementary angles, missing angle programs, constructing triangles, slicing geometric shapes, scale copies, scale drawings, volume and surface area, what problem. Okay, so in the next video I'm going to start with first doing the mastery challenge, and then I move on to geometry. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.